Hello, hello, hello. We are now live. Hello,
We are.
everybody.
We finally
Hello to
made it.
all the people watching on replay, and hello to everybody who's here. We are the Mad Scientists. I'm Mad Frankie. This is Violet Igor over here. And together we make the Mad Scientists because we like to have fun. There
Yeah.
we go.
Apparently, we like to
No
talk
audio
behind
over
the
there. There we are. I was just searching for something. I wanted to be a bit more prepared, but I couldn't find it, so we gave up. So here we are today. I'm not moving much today because my back is better, quite a bit better, but I can still feel it. So I don't want to pull any more bits or anything. So here we are with some watercolors and a couple of blocks. This one is one of my favorites. This is Indigo by Artway, and I cannot remember what weight the paper is, but I think it feels about, let's see, this one's 300 grams. This is the Aquarelle block, which is one I got from Flying Tiger, a Copenhagen firm that we happen to have a shop of here in Colchester, but they are flyingtiger.com, so you should be able to get stuff online if you wanted it. This is 300. This one feels about the same, maybe a little bit less, but I don't think much less. And it's called, as I said, Indigo by Artway. I just liked the book. It's nice. And I used this some time ago to do various things, including Mad Scientist, which I need to change the angle of the camera.
I was just
so
going to say, there you go. Thank you.
Because I was talking to Violet and trying to see. So I just did some little bits in there.
Okay, Mariah.
This and that. Nothing much.
Hi, Sharon.
I think that was actually not done.
Hi, Miriam. Go ahead.
Ignore me. Or something. Sorry.
Oh, a penguin mug of tea.
Where?
Right in front of my face.
Oh, that, yes. Yeah, that used to be my cup. I think it got a bit old, that one. And we were in Costa today because we had to wait for my prescription. So we said, oh, we're going to have a Costa. And I'm sitting there. We've got these huge mugs with the two handles. And I said, I haven't got my phone. Have you got your phone? Yes, he says. I said, well, take a picture then. It's obligatory. He said, what? I said, every time you go out somewhere, you've got to take a picture of your food or your drink. He said, don't talk rubbish. I said, oh, go on. He said, no. So I have no picture of the coffee cup. But I've got this one. When I was there and I had a bit of time waiting for something a year or two ago, and I think it was pre-COVID, in fact, drew it. So we've got pages there. I've got the Aquarelle book. I've got loads more paper down here of different sorts. I've even got this journal I made with the pieces done with the Australian reverse piano hinge book, like that. So I've got lots of papers in here of all different sorts. I have no idea what they're called or what strength or anything are, because I just put them in and, yeah, you know, there you are. So you can see that some are different colours. Some have got a texture on them. Some are smoother than others. Some have already been done things with, and, you know, so I could use that. I'll put it down for now, though. And as I say, I've got various other things here, like this one. I use this one quite a bit. This is 300 GSM as well. I call it my horse block. I wonder why. I think I got this from Hobbycraft, but I'm not sure. It's by, well, it's cold press, 50% cotton, 300 GSM, 140 pound. It's Pencil March, that's what it's called. There we are. But you know, anything like this is going to be quite similar, I think. I'm no expert at these things, so I have no idea what's the best watercolor paper or anything like that. I'm just playing. I'm just having a bit of fun.
Yep.
So I've got my watercolors, which I'm going to have to play with, and I've got some new sprays that I've been playing with, so we'll have a look at those later. These are Pearly Winks. I don't know whether they can be obtained anywhere other than the UK because it's a UK firm. But then there's also Mica Distress. I like these Mica Distress stains, and this is Fresh Balsam. So there's some nice new colours to play with there. And well, I've got that Shujigami paper, the stuff that wasn't quite so good at sitting on very, very wet paint, but it was okay. But I use a lot more paint than I should. And if you're more abstemious and use a lighter amount of paint, or use the transparent red iron oxide in the high flow or something like that, which you can get really quite thin, this would work perfectly fine with it. But I thought I'd try it on the watercolor and we'll see what happens. Because what I want to do, I've got some stamps as well, because I'm going to do, well, I might use those with the spraying, might use them with the watercolor, probably not with the watercolor. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to do some coloring in little squares, because I just like little squares so much. I'm going to make little sort of swatch patches, and I'll probably write underneath them. I've got a thin pen here, and I've got my fatter one with the bigger nib, which I like, and I've got my kiwi ink somewhere around here or over there, and loads of other inks. So we'll have a go and see what we can do. So I'll start with the first one. Well, I prefer to take this off, because then I don't get paint all over the pad.
Okay, how about you take a deep breath and I'll come on camera and show some of my watercolors.
Oh, please, yes.
Yes, you take a deep breath and calm a little bit, okay?
I'll just shut up, shall I? That'll be easier.
Okay, well, Fran was showing her watercolors. I have this one, this little set that I love, that was a gift to me many years ago, that I hoard it and cherish it, and I love it. And inside is the water brush. Beautiful paints, but I love it.
Lovely. All the bits with it, yes.
Yeah, I love that.
Spongy one, isn't it? That other one?
That's
no,
the
no, the one you had in your hand. That one. Yeah, isn't that a little spongy thing on the end?
No, this is just a cap. You put water in here.
Oh, I see. Beg your pardon.
And then you put your brush on.
Mm.
And then you just squeeze the water out as you need it.
Okay.
So that's what that's for. In between, you store it. I'm very good about that.
I can read what Anne's just written. She said, Fran, being generous, applying paint. Shocker.
Right? That's what made me laugh. This is a beautiful little set, and it's portable. It goes in your purse. And when I got this, I also got this little book of cold pressed, dual-sided paper, booklet of paper that I work in. It's 110 pound. You were saying yours was 300. This is a 110 pound block. I love this stuff. And you go back, and I started out very simple, just practice. Like I said, I hoard this. I cherish this. Playing with the paints. This was sort of a swatch page from these paints.
Oh.
Just me trying my eye out with collage. So if Mariah's around, I do try to do collage. So this was just some different elements. This was I think I saw you doing something one day, and I went off. It just kind of went off drawing.
Yes, I do actually, Sharon. I've got one of those little travel-y things, but mine's a Cotman one, I think. Yeah.
So then just more doing water, doing drops, and then making something out of them. This was watercolor stamps, rubber stamp. Oh. This is, I have no clue, but it's good. Sure. We know where we were going there. We were away from home, and it was a full moon, and I just loved what I saw. Of course, it wouldn't have been a blue sky. It would have been dark.
Sharon?
Let's see.
I have got some, but I've had some problems with watercolor brushes. Sharon says I should have water brushes for grunge. Well, yeah, but I've had some problems with them, you see. I lost 3 or 4 watercolor brushes because I didn't realise you shouldn't keep the water in the reservoir, and the brushes just fell apart.
Oh yeah, absolutely. Oh yeah.
Yep, yeah, you can do that. Yep. She said,
Oh, Sharon,
Crystal.
that's a good idea. I'm gonna get me another one of those brushes. So anyway,
What
this
I'm
is
thinking is, aren't there better quality ones? These were ones sort of over the internet from China somewhere. So, they looked nice, but they didn't last very long. I'm thinking that there's a brand. Is there a Derwent one that's a good brand of watercolor brush?
mm,
Thinking I might get a few of those. I think they're a bit more expensive than cheapy ones from China, but they might last longer. And I think you can take the water out and put alcohol in them to keep them fresh.
and then I have my stupid camera, and then I have this was recommended by Laura Jersey
There.
Crafter, who she's not online anymore like that. But anyway, she was using these metallic watercolors, and I fell in love with them. They are by Yasutomo,
Mm-hmm.
and as you can
They're the
see,
ones that make the nice rice paper, yes, and the
I
pads.
love
Yeah.
these. And then I have this is I'm following a guy on YouTube that does watercolor for beginners. Well, he does beyond.
Daniel Smith.
No, not Daniel Smith. I can't think of his name right now because it's been too long since I've been over there. But he recommended these, and I got them, and I love these for what I do for me being a novice and whatever. I love these. I don't use this brush. I have a
Uh-huh.
I have
Yeah.
too. That's just some of them. I have too many choices, so I've never
Yeah.
used this brush. But obviously, you could see I've used the paints, and I use this as a palette. I love it. I love Praying is the brand.
Yep.
This is a 16 pan watercolor paint set. And it's refillable, and they have bigger sets, I believe. Those are the ones that I keep right here because I pull them out all the time. If I get motivated for watercolor, that's where I go. And then in between, I have like 100, what's the word? Gel pens.
Gel pens, yeah.
Gel pens. I have a giant. That's what I'm using to color in the colored envelopes that I'm designing.
Uh-huh.
For Happy Mail. Okay, I'm caught up, I think. Oh, and this is look what I did. I cut my own this is Fran's stencil. And I cut it myself. I shrunk it down and cut it myself. And I showed Fran what I did. This is Fran's stencil. You guys are gonna love this. If you get this stencil. Imagine
A version like that. I mean, what Violet's done is she's cut the reverse, and then you get some more shapes because there were more shapes in the original design, and she's put a surround around it. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to
an offset. Yeah.
Reverse. This is the opposite to this one.
Okay, you're not on camera. You're not.
No, sorry. Sorry.
Come back.
What, like that?
Yeah. Well, you can actually take, unless you want to do side by side.
That's okay.
Yeah.
Because this is the other version, you see. So that big wiggle there is that big wiggle there. And in this one, it's not letting the colour through. And in Violet's one, it's going to let the colour through around it, like that. And I'm going to do the reverse so that you'll be able to put the colour through these. And you'll get more rounds because there were little circles in here. And those will then, I think those will work. But whatever, they would work wonderfully as a stamp because you get the whole lot then.
Come over towards me. Bring that back. Come over towards me. Okay. That one is what you would get if you use the one I'm holding.
Yes. Yes. I just said I'm going to do a reverse one of it.
Yeah.
And And of course, mine didn't have a circle around it, a line around it, because I just cut all of them on the same sheet, all of those. So I just got them on one sheet, so I could put the whole sheet on a bigger plate. So.
Yeah. Oh, I love it. I love it, Fran. This is going to become one of my new favorites. And I usually go for the square blocky stuff like the lattice and
yeah.
Yeah, but I love this. I love squiggly. It makes me think of a brain.
Yes, it does a bit, doesn't it? This is the frontal cortex.
So yeah, we that's why we talked about reversing it. So yeah, I'll just put it in Photoshop and inverse it, and I'll run it off.
That because I want to add the bits back in that I took out. You see, so I'll do that.
Oh yeah.
Yep.
Okay. I just wanted to show. Thank you. Back to you, Master. It's all yours, Master.
So I'm going to start with this one, and I've got a load of these paintbrushes out because I've got my big what do you call that thing? Block with all my paintbrushes standing in it. This. Can you see that?
There you go.
So that's my block with paintbrushes in it. I mean, it's got fan brushes around the back and big thick bristle brushes and all that sort of stuff. Like these big fat ones. But I don't know that.
Back up and check comments to see if I've missed anything. Anne says she hopes her back calms down. Hers has been acting up since last night. Maybe the moon is getting to us.
Yeah, well, something's doing it. This is the Shojigami, so I've got some of that to play with. I did say that, I think. I've forgotten what I've said now. Anyway, so I'm going to have a little play, but I don't think I'm going to be able to use that one or that one because if you remember, these little things are a bit on the small side for that.
Julie said,
so I think smaller brushes.
Julie says, don't forget to show us your Cascade Hearts stencil.
Oh, it's only hearts falling down. It's nothing huge. I mean, Kerry's is much better because it's got pattern in them. This is just hearts going boop, 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 boop. That's all. But yeah, I'll have to post an image in Makers somewhere because I wasn't prepping for that. Sorry. So all I'm going to do is, it's almost like swatching, but not quite. Because what I want to do is make some squares, some rough squares. Oh, gosh. This could be. Anybody got one of those grabby things that undoes? Would like to pass me one, would you?
I keep a wrench at my desk and I beat it and then loosen it up.
Oh, got it. Oh, that was hard.
Man. I was going to show, I had another watercolor book, well, watercolor and markers.
So these are from Pens, Nibs, Pens and Inks, these colors.
Yeah.
I think
I was going to, yep.
Because I'm like that. That one's called Anilla. Let's see what that does.
There's the link for Nibs Pens and Inks.
I think
even Mariah got hers.
She's she's got some of those. Yes.
Yeah.
Now this is an ordinary one. And then we'll try that one. This one is one with shimmer in it, and it's called something else. These all have little magnets on the bottom, so they stay in the tin, you see. Orvandi. A-U-V-A-R-D-I. Orvandi.
Hi, Beth. Ann, that's a good idea because I have ink too. I need to get me another set of those water brushes, the ones with the reservoir.
Yeah,
I like it.
these ones. These ones. I was trying to show these, and of course, I was not on
Yep.
visible at the time. So
Why it never occurred to me. I have my walnut ink sitting right here, Sharon, just so you know. And moving on with projects, I'll get to it. I'm glad you said that about the using a wet reservoir water brush for it because that's a good idea. That'll actually decrease the mess a bit too, won't it?
just want a bit more at one end. So there you go.
Back up and check.
So that's that one. So let's have a look at this one. This one is Nikki. Nicci. Nikki. Now I know some people spray their watercolors with water so as to dampen them ready for use. But reason I don't do that is because some of these watercolors, particularly these, that's the other lady that I told you about, Violet, the Karen.
Yeah.
Also Etsy.
Let's see. Yeah. Karen, KJ Designs by Karen.
Yeah, they're quite overfilled and they're quite still damp. Yeah. So I didn't want to dampen them all. That's why I've separated them out as well. And I've got these ones here from Inklings, which I tried out the other day, which are rather nice.
Fran, you did send, Ann wants to know, is the brainy egg stencil going into PM? Yeah, I think you already sent it to her, didn't you?
I already put it in the box, in the drop box.
In the drop box, yeah.
I like that one. Let's see what this is, because I was worried I didn't have much orange or yellow. This is called Marigold. See, what I particularly like about nibs, pens and inks paints is that they are quite a good variety of them are granulating like that.
Mariah's had quite the day.
Shows up the grain of the paper as the granules of the paint sink into various parts of the paper. You can see there's a pattern of this paper, like a weave, yeah?
I have to say, Beth Schuler here has her own channel, and I have watched her paint. This woman can paint. This chicken can paint, let me tell you. And she makes it look so easy.
I cannot paint.
Yeah, I can't paint either. But you watch Beth. She does this, I think every week she's got something she's doing. The
trouble with, I mean, I after a long time I can do something that's bearable, just about. But my problem is my hands jerk very, very, very slightly. But it shows when I write.
Yep.
And it shows when I paint, because I can be doing a really beautiful line and then it'll go.
Yep.
But so minutely, but it just makes it look, not quite nice.
And Sharon and Beth both say that these reservoir water brushes, they have nylon bristles, so they're not so good for definition, for getting really defined.
Well, these are not. These are just nylon ones. These ones, I'm just playing with them. I have better brushes. I have things like, what's that one? Oh no, that's just a number 4. What's that? 12. I have got some squirrel somewhere, but no, what's that? There's a script one, Dalarowny System 3. That's quite nice. My
There's Beth's channel. Yep, you're welcome, Beth. I love you, girl.
And the brick ones are real.
Let's see.
But, I don't have a great amount of squirrel or anything like that, because I look at them and I go, yeah, but if I buy the other ones, I can buy 2 of them. maybe 3, you know.
I was talking to Russ about this. It's like, honey, no matter what kind of nice brush I buy or what kind of good watercolors I buy, it's not going to make me a better painter.
No, but it gives you less excuses.
It gives me yeah. I don't know what it is, but doesn't it look pretty?
Yeah. Now this I bought because it was called Samantha. And the reason I bought it because it was called Samantha is because that's the name of my oldest daughter. So of course I was going to buy Samantha. Yep. And it's rather a nice sparkly brown with some green tints in it. So I'll get some green tints in that.
I like to, and I think Beth has done something like this. It's probably where I learned it from, is to drop water or drop the paint, the watercolor, and just let it, just splotch it. Just let it splotch. And then we sit there and look at it and go, well, what do you see? Like when you look at clouds and you're trying.
Like that? I don't think that's going to work.
Well,
it's getting too much of a dip in it.
But you know how you look at clouds and you try to find an image in it, you see bunnies and elephants and stuff in clouds. It's kind of like that. Paint blobs. Thank you, Beth.
Yeah, that would require, I think, spraying the paper with water. You can do that. You can put wet into wet, which is another technique, but I just want some squares, so I'm not doing that at the moment.
Yep.
That one was Tiff. I think it's short for Tiffany, but it just says Tiff on the
I like that
paint.
color.
Yeah, it's quite nice. It's not a shiny one. You can see it's not that shiny. It's got a little bit in there, but that might just be the water. And then this is one of my favorites. This one here. It's called Luna. It's so much my favorite that I bought 2 without realizing it.
I see that.
And there's another one there that looks like a third Luna, but it isn't. It's something else. It's got some more colors in it.
Anne says that Patricia does that. She calls it playing in the puddles, the water.
Yeah, but I'm making more deliberate puddles than that. She's so good at that. I cannot emulate that at all. I tried, but it was just hopeless.
And then Joni says, I like to do smushing with water markers.
Yep. I'm only doing this because, I wanted to for a while and I never got round to it.
Yep.
Plus, my back hurts, so it's not completely better. So I'm not doing anything else.
So we're not going to play a toss today. We're not going to play baseball or tennis or anything like that today, right?
Oh no,
no.
Not. This one is called Naksatra. I have no idea where she gets these names from. N-A-K. I can't get it to focus. Come on, you beastly thing, focus. No, it's not going to focus. It's Naksatra. Naksatra. And it's a nice darkish blue. We'll see what it does. Oh, yes, a sort of purpley blue. Look at the colour and the texture coming through of the page. A little bit more water.
Okay, I'm going to post a link. This is the guy that I was following for, I think Ann Lar pointed me in his direction for extreme beginners. And I got a little behind on this. I got back into doing tech work, and a lot of my crafts are on the wayside here. There, Chris, I got it. I know his name. I got it. Petrie.
Chris Petrie, yeah. Petrie.
He doesn't over explain. He's quite calm when he talks, or he was. Like I said, it's been a while. It's been a few months since I've done anything, but I enjoy just sitting quietly and.
This one is called Soma, S-O-M-A. I doubt if anybody can see it because the camera is not playing the game. That. You wait till I get my proper camera working.
That's okay.
So we've got that far. Done those.
Are these from KJ Designs or these from Penzing?
No. These are from Nibs Pens and Ink.
Okay.
This one is Amy. I thought some of them she's called after girls' names, but the ones I like are the ones that have a sort of set of them, like the 7 Deadly Sins. I haven't got all of those yet, but I have ordered the ones I'm missing, so they should be here. Well, I don't know when because they're pre-order because she hasn't made them yet. She makes them as people order things. So that's Amy. That one can go back in. I like that she puts them with the little magnets on the bottom. And this one is Cressida. So, but this one is the one that looks like Luna. And it's called Julie. So we'll try that one underneath the Luna one.
Okay.
I wanted to do that one there so I could see what it looked like next to it. What I'd like to do is to paint a picture with these, but I'll need to get the other colours that I'm missing, like some greens. I've got a couple of greens, but they're not great. And I need some, a yellow, a decent yellow. Oh, I went rather overboard with that. I must have liked it.
I see that.
Yeah. So that's Julie. And then we've got one that's similar called Wendy, but a bit more pearly looking, more silvery looking, this one.
Who is it? Beth, if Beth is still here, Beth will know. I'm having brain ache. Who is it that draws paint blobs and then calls it her goofy family? Beth, do you remember? I don't do faces well. I can do a face, it's the eyes that throw me off.
I was watching a video about disabled artists recently, yesterday, in fact. So that's Wendy. It's quite a lot paler than the other one because I think it's so silvery. But that's fun. So and now we'll do Cressida.
Barb. That's Barb. You're right, Joni. That's Barb. I love Barb. I have her cards, by the way, sitting here.
Barb Owen?
Yeah.
All right.
Yes. I have her inspiration cards. I have 2 decks sit right here. What were you saying about disabled artists? You watched something?
Yeah, I watched a video about disabled artists. Now, I don't think it was true, but it's true in the round, if you know what I mean. It wasn't actual real people. They were actors, is what I mean.
Oh.
It seemed that way. But it demonstrated a very valid point beautifully. So it was about this young girl and this quite old man who were in an art class. And the teacher was an absolute bitch. I'm sorry, but she was. She was meant to be. Because she was saying that he could not be in her class. She was fed up. Unless he could do it properly without all the shaky lines, he would have to leave. So she threw him out. And the girl was upset about it. And she'd been talking to the old man for a bit. The old man had Parkinson's. So he was like this.
Yeah.
And he couldn't help it. But this ghastly woman in charge was, so ghastly, really awful. So in the end, they both left, and the young girl encouraged the older guy because the older guy showed her a picture he'd done a long time ago before his wife died of his wife, and it was beautiful. The eyes were wonderful, but there were these shaky lines all over it, you know. And she persuaded him to get it framed. So he was going to get it framed. And the ghastly teacher walked into the framing shop and sort of pushed past them and told them to go away and get out, you know. And she had to get her framed image, the latest painting, which was of an old woman with loads of wrinkles, very well painted, but, you know, I didn't like the woman, the actress.
Yeah, I think you just gave her a really good name there too.
Well, I think her name was something sort of Frenchy sounding, Andreev or something like that. That's more Russian. But it was something like that, something sort of fancy, her name. And the girl kept calling her Gertrude, which I thought was wonderful. I've got two Hannahs there. Oh, well. See, I've gone, look at it, look, covered with blues everywhere, this. Anyway, the point was the girl's father had been disabled from the waist up. Couldn't move. And he painted with his toes. So he painted, he was a foot painter. And he said, when one time somebody, or I think the young girl said, isn't it difficult being an artist when you're disabled? And he said, I'm not disabled. I just have a different ability.
Yes.
Which is something, I've heard that expression before, but it was just so well done. And anyway, the old man was encouraged. He was not going to get the thing framed because of the beastly tutor in the shop. But the girl insisted and paid for it herself. So he got it framed. And I seem to have lost my other pad.
Sharon wants to know, is this a movie you're talking about or a YouTube video?
It was just a little video on YouTube. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
And it was so nice that it just impressed me. That's all. I'm just getting a sheet.
You know, I love Disabled Artist Foundation. They also have a group for differently abled artists.
But the bit I liked best was the end of the video where obviously some quite long time later, where the girl had encouraged him so much that he'd done this beautiful painting of her. And it was in an exhibition at an art gallery, the same art gallery that the ghastly teacher had her painting of the old lady in. And she was trying to sell it, was talking to the gallery owner and, you know, sucking up to him really badly and all this. And it turns out that a young lady came over, one of the assistants, and said, oh, we've just had a sale of £15,000 for a picture. And the art teacher, who was talking to the gallery owner, says, that's more like what I'm talking about. And the girl who'd come up with the news said, oh, I'm sorry, no, it wasn't yours. It was one of the new artists. And it turned out it was the old man. His name was Donny. So the old man sold the picture that he'd done of the girl. He wasn't selling the one of his wife for £15,000. And it just sold it just then. So the person who bought it was able to say that he really loved it. And the art teacher says, but there's all those ragged lines. It's not, you know, you can't see it. It's just too scratchy. And the person who bought it said, but that's what I love about it. It's so different. So, I love that. And then the ending bit was when she was at home. She'd already dissed her own son and said he was too short to play baseball. And he'd made it into the team because he was good at it. So that was another thing she'd missed. And there was a letter for her. Her slightly sycophantic husband gave her the letter and said, I do hope it's good news that it's that raise we've been needing so badly. And they show the letter. I had to stop it and pause it and look really hard to read it. And it said, we've had complaints from the students and bad reviews. You've had some really bad reviews. So considering all this, that we've decided to terminate your contract with us, and
I
would
love
like
Carla.
you to leave stuff and get your belongings and get out, basically. I was like, yes, lovely. That's it. I just enjoyed it so much. Now that was Yakumosa. Yakamoz, beg your pardon. Yakamoz. Yakamoz, that one. It's rather nice. It's got some purpley tones in it and silveriness, and it's really rather good. I like that. This one is Dory. Dory or Derry? Dory, as in the fish, you know, Dory. So that's that one. That's quite nice. It's not as dark as it looks in the thing. I wonder if we can make it a bit darker by adding a little bit more paint. It's so beautifully dark blue. Yes, you can. There we go. Got a bit more saturation on the other side. What's this one? Anilla, this one. This is quite a dark color, this one. I think it's a dark blue, yeah. So we're doing all blues. I've got quite a lot of blues. You can tell I quite like blues because it's mostly blues. I'm going to do another lot with wet into wet, which will be quite different looking because it will flow more. What's this one? This one is Oruvandil. I've done that one. What about this one? Safina, 2 N's. Saphinna. Safina. I've got to clean this one up. It's got some orange from the previous paint from that one because it was on top.
Sorry, Fran, I didn't mean to desert you, but my other half walked in and I had to go help him.
All right.
So I missed everything at the end. So
she got her comeuppance. You said at the end there, you said, I love karma.
That's exactly
what that was the end of it.
I do love karma.
Safina.
I get to go on with my life and leave it to karma.
Mm-hmm.
The best revenge is just to move on.
Yep. Oh, the very last thing, in fact, I forgot. The old guy Donnie used some of the money he got and paid for the young girl to go to the Rhode Island art school because she wanted to go. She'd been talking about it and she hadn't been able to go because she couldn't afford it. And he paid for the whole tuition fees for her. Isn't that nice?
Sharon has a question. Are they Spanish paint names or Italian?
I don't know. This one's called Ginger Snap. I think they're just what she thinks of, you know.
What is that green one that you just used? What was the name of that? I missed
Safina.
it. Ah, I like that.
This is dribbling down under my fingernail. I've just got to clear that up a bit.
There's a song, and I can't think of how it's supposed to go, but I always sing it. Karma, you are a friend of mine. I like to drink you with a little blah, blah, blah. I don't remember the words, but anyway, karma.
Yeah. I like Doris Day.
Que sera,
That's the one. I knew you'd do that.
Yep. I used to, that one and the Beatles. I used to sing to
Norwegian.
myself. Oh, I loved that one. Oh, absolutely. But no, that's not the one. It's the one that's like the least realistic.
Eleanor Rigby.
No, all you need is love.
Do, 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 do.
Because it's absolutely unrealistic. It's not all you need. You need food, water, and respect and honesty and all kinds of other things. All you need is love is just not at all realistic.
So this one's Ariel.
Whatever that last one is coppery from here.
Ginger Snap. That was Ginger Snap. I think my brush is getting a bit dirty. I'm going to change water. I've got another pot of water here, and I will put the lid on this one and wash it up later. Slightly prepared, but I've only got 2 jam jars, so when this one runs out or gets too murky, I'm going to be in trouble. No, I'm humming the Beatles now. Thanks.
Well, you're the one who said you really don't do music well. You know, so.
Yeah, I do it. I just don't do it well.
Yeah. But you
So that
named
was-
two. I mean, Norwegian wood is not one that people often relate to me. They don't know it. And I happen to like it. What's the other one by Rod Stewart that I like? Mandolin. What Mandolin Wind? Thank you, honey. Mandolin Wind. I love that one. What can I say? I grew up 50s, 60s, and 70s, but I also like 30s and 40s music. And what was the one I sang to your mom? That was.
I found that the other day. It was Peter somebody or other.
No, it was Bicycle
Oh,
Bill.
the road to Mandalay, where the flying fishes play, and the storm comes up like thunder out of China, across the bay. That was one she loved. She really liked that one. But you used to do Daisy.
Daisy, Daisy. And she sang it with me. It was so cool.
Yep, she knew it. One of her favourites. This is quite a gooey one, this one. It's odd. Mim. Look at this. It's sort of lumpy and gooey.
When it doesn't dissolve well like that, does that mean it's aged? It's no.
Oh, I haven't had it that long.
Do watercolors?
But it's separating. It is granulating well. I'm dragging it across to see what happens.
It's got a nice sheen when you lay it down.
Gonna leave that a bit. That one was called Mim. Previous one was Kate.
What are you singing? I don't know. He got the bug. He's singing now.
This one's Deep Rose. I think that's one of those, actually. Different markings on it. What's this one? Giselle. Let's have some
gold.
Giselle.
Looks gold.
It's sort of, if you hold it at a different angle, it's purple, lilac-y.
Oh.
Lilac-y. Of course, it could turn out to be pink. Let's see. Sort of plummy. Mixing.
Paula wants to know, are they handmade paints?
Yes, they are. They're all handmade watercolors by Gillian in Ireland.
Yep.
She gives some of them Irish names as well, which is why I have trouble pronouncing some of them.
Are
like
those?
the
Yeah.
summer storms ones.
Yeah. I'm going to post the link again for Paula because she's late to the party.
This one's Shelley. That was Giselle. This one is Shelley. I'm going to put Shelley above because I've left a gap there for some odd reason.
Nibs, pens, and inks. Jillian. Oh, I just had it in.
Taylor. Gillian Taylor.
Thank you. Nibs, pens, and ink. There you go, Paula. And by the way, hi. And hi to anyone I've missed and came in late. And the lurkers, if Rhonda's out there lurking. Hi, Rhonda, we could see you. Ha, ha, ha.
No, we can't.
No, we can't.
I can't.
You're not looking.
I don't have X-ray eyes. That was Shelley.
Oh, that was vibrant.
And now we've got this one, which is Germaine.
I think they're talking about people being hurt or burned or whatever. When I was about 4 or 5 years old, I got hit by a car, drove over my leg, and put me up. And the doctor's like, "Oh, she'll never walk again."
Wow.
Crushed my leg, my left leg. Like, never gonna walk again. Take her home, put her on the sofa. So for I don't remember how long I laid on the sofa, and I got a Mr. Potato Head and all kinds of attention, and it was lovely.
How long before you walked?
I don't remember. I honestly don't remember. I remember getting hit. I can remember vividly the car hitting me and my screams. And we lived out in the country, so there was no ambulance. This happened, I was probably, like I said, 4 or 5. So the lady who hit me, she scooped me up, and she and my mom drove me 10 miles into town to the nearest doctor. And he's a quack, obviously, because he said, "She'll never walk again, take her home." And I don't know how long. I don't remember much beyond that, other than I had a sister that was 10 years older than me. And Mom and Dad went out shopping, and my 2 sisters and brother older than me were going outside to play. And my oldest sister was more like my mom than my mom. And she said, "Well, we're going to go outside and play. You can come with, but you got to get off the sofa. So you need to walk." And I said,
psychology.
Yeah. Oh, she was the best. She was just beautiful. And I just remember that part. But apparently I went, "Okay." And I got up and walked. I don't think it was that easy, but that's what I remember.
Yeah. There you go.
Made a layer.
This is a lovely colour, this one. This one is coral. Now, these are the ones from Karen.
From
Karen, KJ Designs.
KJ Designs by Karen. Got it.
So they've got lime, deep rose, and coral. Lime, deep rose.
Apparently, Sharon. Yeah, I have a strong will. Quiet, but strong, because I don't fight. I'm not a fighter. I'm let karma handle things. I just sit back and let people create their own news. Ooh, which one? Karen? Paula? Paula says she delivers to the Netherlands. Is that the Designs by Karen or the other one?
Pens, Nibs, and Inks. I think she delivers to the USA. I'm fairly sure she must do, because Mariah's got some of those paints off her.
Thank you, Joni. Joni just gave me an earworm.
Golden Orange. That one?
Oh, that one's a blonde name.
Golden Orange. It is quite goldeny, though. I like it. It's very nice. This one is the last one of those. It's Banana.
Okay.
It's about my only decent yellow, but I don't know. It's more like a gold than a yellow, because it is very yellowy. Goldy. I need to get I've ordered a yellow from pens, nibs, pens, and ink. There you go. So that's those. That's done all of hers. There. And that's from hers. So we'll take that bit and let that dry.
Oh, hi, Eddie.
Dry and get another piece of paper. Because I want to do my favourites. I'm going to do these in a different way, though. I'm going to...
Yes, we have no bananas.
Water on the page.
Now, Darcy says we need a new earworm, or someone said that, Sharon. So if you go bananas, that's not the song that comes up. It's the one from Beetlejuice that Harry Belafonte that I know sings. Count bananas with the tarantula. Total brain. Do you know which one I mean? Jump in the line, shake your body in time. I believe ya. Jump in the line, shake your body in time.
Now that is lightning. That is lightning, that one. I love that. Look at that working. Isn't that lovely? Lovely. Lightning. And then we've got thunder.
Actually, I'm thinking of the Banana Boat song.
Lightning's other name is Twanich. It's probably pronounced completely wrong. In fact, I'm fairly sure it is. And this is Tornich, which is thunder. So don't rely on me. Go and get a proper pronunciation. Put in thunder, say Irish for thunder, and then go pronunciation. And somebody, probably somebody who's Irish, will tell you how it's supposed to sound.
Are these back to Karen's paints?
Yep. No, these are nibs, pens, and inks.
Okay, I'll go look.
So that's thunder and
the shimmers, or is it the metallics? She's got so many beautiful paints. Yakimas, Liliana, Limoncello, Xenia, Cosmos. It can't be one of those.
There we are. I've got mixed in. So this is sun. Look at that lovely green coming off that one. That was lightning, that one. Lightning. Thunder. Look at the colour. That's because I wetted the paper first. I'm going to put a bit more wet because this will be drying out a bit now. And I've been touching it, so I've contaminated the paper as well. This is sun. Grain. I don't know how you pronounce that either. Don't ask. But I just love these paints. These are just so reactive and delicious. I love them so much.
She has wonderful names on them.
And this is oh my God! Look at the mess I've made of that.
Rosella. Oh, and she shows them on black paper too. Ooh. The Rosella, I don't know if you have that one, but she shows that one on black paper too, and that's nice.
No, I haven't got that one, and I'm not getting it in the near future because I've just bought some from her. They're not here yet, but I'm not buying any more. Don't tell me these things.
Oh, well, you don't need more. You just need black paper.
I've got black paper here waiting because I know there's at least one that needs to be on black paper. That's rain. And this, now let's do wrath. This is wrath, one of the 7 deadly sins.
It's all about that bass, about that bass. No,
I love
I love that song. Sharon, did you ever go look up? Oh,
Ross.
Mandy. I love Mandy. I follow him on YouTube. He and his wife, his son is videoing them, and he and his wife are. Yeah.
I like that one.
Sharon, did you ever go look up Robert Cray? Go look up Robert Cray. I sent you the link or the name, whatever. Go look him up and look up Robert Cray, Nothing But a Woman. You've slept since then. I know. Now that's totally different from the others. She's got some.
Ross, right.
She's got some that are. I mean, she has shimmers, matte, neons, chameleons, chromes, holographic, duochrome, and metallic. I may have missed something.
What? Nibs, pens, and ink?
Yeah.
Yeah. I know she's got the neon because I've got some underneath.
These are beautiful.
This one is Sloth. That's a brown. Get away. Is it really? Yep, that's a brown. Then we've got Envy, which is one of my few greens.
Combed his hair with a wagon wheel. I know that song, Darcy. Used to sing it with my cousin.
And Sloth. Yeah, Sloth. So that's 5 of the 7 deadly sins.
All right.
5 of them. I've ordered the others, but they weren't available last time I bought paints off her, so they're coming up soon, thank goodness. So that's those. There's my rain, my lightning, my thunder, and my sun. And look what lovely things that one's done. That's lightning. Oh, so good. And there's the neons I've got, those 3. I've got Moonbeam.
Wow.
And Summer. We'll try those at the end here, see what happens. Picking up the wrong one.
But it wasn't 2, Anne. She said 7.
7 deadly sins, but I've only got 5 of them.
There you go. She's not got a full.
I haven't got a full set. Sorry.
She's not playing with a full set.
No.
Wow, is that wow?
Kiwi. That's lovely, isn't it?
Wow. I'm going.
It's no longer wet in wet because the paper's dried.
Yeah.
And this is a sunset. It's got some gold on it. I'm sorry, I've got to clean that off.
She says she's not ordering anything right now. Are those the 2 that you're waiting on?
I'm waiting on the Deadly Sins ones, and I've ordered a few others because, as I said, I've got very few yellows, if any. Yeah. The one I thought was a yellow turned out to be a gold. And I haven't got much greens. I've got this neon green, but it's not quite what I wanted. So I just wanted to expand to get a better set, for doing anything else with, apart from just making big swatches. It's some quite good colour on that, isn't it?
Wow.
Mixed in with the orange, but yes, quite good.
Our Paula pops in and out.
And look what she gives you as well. She gives you all these little bits for you to play with. Oh, I like that one. I've got to have that one. Yeah, very clever. In fact, I think I went and got something like one of these purpley ones when she did that. I think these are from a different make. Those, I think, might be the ones from that one. Yeah, lovely. Look, I should put that one on. That's hers, Nicola.
Ooh, bring that up. Bring that up closer. To the right. And as pink as that is, I do like that.
Yeah. Well, it's one of the test pieces, you know. You'd only get a blob. Just a little blob.
That's right. Ann Lawver says you can't have 5 of the 7 deadly sins.
Well, that's why I've ordered the others. But as I say, when I first ordered them, there weren't any others. They were the remains of, you know, what everybody else had bought and I'd missed out on. So I could only get the ones that were there.
Well, good job.
I'm going to pop it up here.
Yep.
Nicola.
Get your watercolors out, Sharon. Let's see it. Bring the paper up closer then. I want to see that one.
Let me put this down.
And that's wet on dry, right?
That is now because it's got dry. It was wet on wet over here, but by the time to here, it had stopped drying too much. So all I've got left is...
What did Colleen say?
Another one. Another sheet. Come on, where are you? Where's the opening? Somewhere around it. Oh, there we are. There's the opening. One of the corners. That's the only thing I'm not keen on the block. It's because I'm not used to using blocks. So I'm not practiced with them. So I'll put that one down here to dry. No, on the floor, I think. Don't want it on top of my phone. So we've got these little ones here, which I think I will do actually on a black sheet, because I know one of them in particular works really well on a black sheet, but we'll keep the white sheet there in case. Right. So we'll start with the one I know is going to work really well on the black, because it didn't work at all on the white. This is called Jinx, and it's from Inklings.
Yep, I remember you showed this to me before. I like this.
Yeah, it's a lovely color, but best seen on a black page.
She didn't mean it to reference sins, man. What's the matter, you? Inklings. That was the one that was
Inklings by Katie.
Yeah, that was over there only, not US.
Oh, I'm
pretty sure we looked that up last week.
I'm sorry. Sorry. I just like playing with these particular colors. Jinx.
Really, don't look at me. I don't judge.
I'll do it on the white as well, just to be.
If you want something and you could afford it, you should have it. That's what I say. So white.
It does have some color, but it might just be my dirty brush.
It's very faint. It's almost more like a film on the white.
Yeah, exactly. It's more like only the mica is showing up type of thing.
Right.
So that's Jinx. This is Spellcast. It's a lovely color, that one. Just trying to clean my brush sufficiently.
Oh, yay. Ann Lawver says she is cutting up watercolor paper for a class tomorrow. She won 12 classes from Seth Apter.
Wow.
Yeah, tomorrow is bookmaking.
Wow, you lucky thing. Gosh.
Okay, Sharon.
Fabulous. You're going to have such a great time. He's a lovely teacher.
Yeah, I like Seth. I like watching him. Oh, I can't wait to hear more, Anne. Show and tell. One a month for a year. Wow. 12 classes. Okay, how long are the classes? Like an hour or two?
Spellcast, black and white.
Let me see the black because that didn't come up too well. Oh,
Oh,
it
it
does.
looks
It
quite
does.
nice.
Very nice.
But that one shows up quite well. It's more sort of browny purple on there.
Yes, it is.
But you can barely see this one. I can see it a bit, but only just.
Oh, and she says each class is about 2 hours and it can be viewed over and over. I mean, really, 2 hours of his time?
Wow.
That is
That is
nice. Congratulations. And yay, you. Who better, huh?
now then. This is Seafarer. This is also a lovely colour.
It's got a green tinge.
Yep, greeny sort of
Algae.
waterish tinge, isn't it?
Yeah.
Do it on here as well. Really shows up on the black. Look at that.
Very nice. It's different, doesn't it? It changes the yeah, you definitely if you were going to work with black or white, you definitely would want a swatch page to realize the difference.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, it's beautiful. Now that was from Inklings, and I think this is from Karen, from the lady that did these colours.
Yeah,
KJ Designs.
absolutely, Eddie. It is. It's totally different on the black. So making a swatch sheet like this would be very helpful.
Now I got some colours from the other paints on these, so I've got to get them off before I can test this one. I mean, I've tested it before, but for this purpose.
To back up, Anne wants to know, is the black paper also watercolor paper or cardstock or something else?
It's cardstock. It's Astro Brights. It's just my Astro Brights colour.
There you go.
Astro Brights card colour. Of course, it's black.
Yep.
I do not know what these two are. I think there were samples that she sent, but she didn't say what they were, so I can't say anything much about them. I'll ask her, in fact.
Mm-hmm.
I'll look at my order. It should be something in the order. I think I did actually buy them, but I didn't realise they were so small because they're I think they're very expensive paints, so I could only really afford to get them in this really tiny form, you know.
Oh, you know what? I was gonna post. I'm getting there. I lost the link. Of course I did. There it is. Um, Patricia showed your alien plants last night
Yep,
in
I
the
saw that.
street. So they are in the shop, and I wanted to post
Mhm.
a link to them. Because I was in the shop earlier. Well, I was in the shop while I was watching because I've got three things in my cart. Um,
Yeah.
yeah. And so let me post the link for makers or for the shop, PM Artist Studio shop, and you'll see your alien plants were in there. I was gonna say I used mine, the tree and the oh, I don't know what each one individually would be called, but you know I love that big tree. Well,
Yeah. And was the other one the pretty plant with the rather like a sort of brass instrument?
I like to, oh yeah, absolutely. It actually, there's that one I look at it. It reminds me like on cars, on the front of your car, you would have this, um,
Horn. Yeah.
yeah, an adornment on the front of your car sticking up from the hood. And I see that, and I'm like, well, that would be cool. It's not a Ford, it's not a Chevy, it's a Fran on the edge.
Yeah.
I
Something
like
like
all of these. I've used all of these, and I don't know if I ever showed you, but I've used all of these, the alien plants, and I love them. You did a good job with them. Lots of
I had a
bits.
lot of fun with them actually.
Yeah, you're spacey. Lots of bits where I got good color came through. The tree is one of my favorites. I already, in fact, I did show you the tree because I Franken-stenciled it and put an extra branch on it. Remember?
Yep. Ignore this one. All it is a half pan of Winsor and Newton something or other. Leaf green. It's just there for when I've got room for it in my big in my dad's paint box behind me. So that's those. I will find out what these two are. The reddish one, which is now all over my fingers.
Ooh.
And the blue one. I know they've got rather nice names because it's half the names that got me wanting them. All right, and spellcast goes in there with that.
Oh, I love them. I was
Try
with Fran while she was designing these alien plants, and yeah. Oh, and there's 8 in the set, so they're not just 2 or 3. There's 8 in that set, which is really nice. You know, Fran, we were talking about the paper.
Yeah.
Liz says that Legion makes a black watercolor paper.
All right.
Yeah.
Oh.
I'd like to get some of that.
So I'm going to have a little play with these, just because I'm enjoying myself, and I'm just to fill up the page, really. And I use some of these neon-y ones than the metallics. Now, the reason I was late starting this stream is because I was looking these up. Couldn't find them. I've had them quite a long time.
Mm-hmm.
But while I was looking them up, if you look for watercolors with metallics, and you'll find quite a lot of decent sets bigger than this. I'm sure they're bigger than this. Sort of 48, 50 colors, all that kind of thing.
Ooh, Eddie
the
makes
ordinary
art.
watercolors, the metallics there, and these are the neons. I've only got a few neons, so sorry.
Eddie makes art. Ordered your alien stencils today.
Ooh. Ooh. Hope you like them. I had a great deal of fun designing
Oh
those.
yeah, I remember doing those. The other one was the robot. I love the robot. He's cool.
Which one? There's a set of robots.
I only saw the one. I haven't. I saw it in Dropbox or in my file folder. So I only saw one. There's only one in there. Are you sure? Let me look.
I had a family of robots.
No, I only have the one.
Area? Did I only put that one in?
The what?
I can't. I have to go and have a look. Meant to put them all in. Right, so I've done those two. This is the sort of lilac one on the black and on the white. So I think I'll do the copper because I like copper.
Nope, I only have one robot in that file. So unless you've gone back and put more up.
Well, I'll have to have a look. I'll check.
I'll look.
Beg pardon. That's copper. These feel like the kind of watercolors that you might want to put spray water onto. because they feel like they need a fair bit of work.
So you
Get
want
them
to
juicy
spritz them
enough.
beforehand.
Yeah, that's what I meant. That's what
Yeah.
I'm saying.
Yep.
So that's the copper on the white and on the
Oh.
black. Don't forget this has no tooth to it, but this does, so that will show up the tooth in some of them.
Fran, the robots are all in here, and our empty Diamond, Geezer Bot, Dottie Bot, Kit Kat. I don't know why I didn't have them other than I thought I had. Yeah, okay.
Maybe you were interrupted while you were getting them or something.
Yeah, or yeah.
Let's try this.
I'll get them.
The neon yellow. I think the neon yellow is going to look best on the white paper. It's not showing up too well here, but it might show up more as it dries.
Oh, well, then I've got more to play with.
I'll go back and have a look at the other neon. Don't want to get this one too close to the purple, which I'm inclined to do. So that shows up quite well on the white, not so well on the black. But as I said, wait and see when it dries. Could be different.
I cut out I actually was showing Fran earlier, I cut out the Hairy Violet last night. I cut out Hairy Violet, the egg, the steampunk pipes, which I don't know if they are in the shop yet. I don't think they're in the shop yet.
Oh, I didn't tell Mariah about that because they've got hearts on, and she said she was all hearted out.
Oh, that's right. It does have hearts on it. Well, I love it.
So,
I didn't even think
but
about
I think she's thinking of doing a steampunk themed thing a bit later on. So maybe they'll be useful then. Now look, this is the neon from this set. Here and here. And this is the neon from the handmade set by Nibs Pens and Ink. And it's got much more colour to it.
Much more vibrant.
Yeah.
Mariah.
Of course, it's not dry yet, but I do think that's a better colour, that one.
Mariah, it is in the folder. It's in the birds.
Steampunk one. What?
No, Hairy Violet. She wanted to know if
Harry that's Violet, in the birds.
That's in the birds.
Yeah,
that's they all are.
The large male and the baby have two different expressions from the other three.
Yeah.
The baby is sort of with pop eyes sort of thing, and the large male has raised one eyebrow. So yeah, this is lovely. I'm loving this. I'm going to have such fun. I could do some more of these and cut them out and use them on collages and so forth. I think that's wonderful. And these, of course, as well. I'm going to have such fun with these. And you can always go over it with some either a dropper or a spray you can control a bit and get some. Look at this. You've got some different spots here, you see. It's what made me think of it. And see what you can get, because you can get the colour to move a bit more and see what happens. Lovely. I'm going to get some more of these granulating paints. I'm really enjoying using them. So we'll stop with the paints for now. And I'll put all these down to dry. So
Paula has a question.
Yes.
Do you have the Hairy Violet handy that you could show Eddie?
Well, you've got one, haven't you, that you could show?
Mine is still on the mat. It's not pulled off.
Hang on. I'll see. I did cut one. What did I do with it when I cut it? I think I might have put it in here. I'll have a look in a moment. Just let me get these watercolor paints put away and out of the way before I get other things on top.
Mine did not cut all the way through, and it's still sitting on the mat. So most of it did.
I think you might need to do something about your mat.
No, it's.
By the way, it's a nice idea to have a little palette that comes with. Mine came with this, but this you could cut one out of any stiffish plastic, white or clear. I think white might be more useful. I don't know, but it's just a thought. You know, if you don't get one with yours, if you're going to buy one. I wouldn't recommend buying one because I don't think you can buy this one anymore. So I'm just saying, if you do, you could always cut yourself a little palette out of some plastic. You could
acetate
cut
or
yourself a
something like
palette
that.
for any paint set you've got now. Don't have to buy a new one.
Oh, Harry Violet would make an awesome stamp. Go for it, Mariah.
Let's see what we've got in here. I've got loads of other papers and things, you see.
Here's
I think I might.
Here's another tip that I don't know that that it may have been Beth, it may have been Barb Owen that I learned it from. I do not put my may have been Chris Petrie. I do not put my watercolor paints away, close them up, and put them away until they're dry.
Yeah, well, I think I should leave those open because that's what happened last time.
Yep,
I
I
stuck to them.
Stay open and dry so that I don't have any mold or anything like that grow on them. Okay, so go for it.
Well, I don't immediately. Oh gosh, where are they? Did I put them in there?
I feel like I should go shave, you know?
Really? Why?
Harry Violet.
I knew that was coming.
You know me so well.
I just want to have a look, see if I put them in there. I might not have. I might have put them in the box where they ought to go. Might have. Let me have a look. Well, there's that one there. There might be some in there. Let me have a quickie looky. No, I think if they're anywhere, they'll be in the bigger one. I couldn't put them anywhere else.
Well, I'm sitting here.
Cut a whole new lot yesterday.
I'm reading my Harry Violet stencil off the mat. This is so much fun. Oh, dear.
Is it peeling off a bit better than the last one?
Yeah.
Good.
But, you know, the problem I have is I always want them smaller.
Yeah, well, they are quite delicate.
Yep. And I don't adjust for that. I did for the pipes. I did eliminate a few things for the pipes that I knew would come out small, especially after the egg incident.
Yeah.
But I didn't think of it with Harry Violet.
Well, I can't find it.
It's
I cut everything only yesterday.
Just Eddie Makes Art. Just watch.
Look in Makers.
Watch in Makers, and Fran will post a picture of it.
Yeah.
It'll be coming to the shop soon.
Eventually.
Soon.
One day.
There's only one Mariah and one Brad.
Oh, wait a minute. What's this? This might be the Harry Violet up here. Everything falls down.
Did you find it?
Yeah, I did. Just a moment. Let me put that away. And let me put a black sheet down.
There it is. Well, that's the outline anyway.
That's the outline. Yeah.
That's a teaser. Are you there, Eddie? Are you watching? That's the teaser. That's the outline of the Harry Violet thing.
Here's the dada.
There you go.
He's got his one eye poking up a bit.
Raised eyebrow.
There's the mama. She's just cross. And then there's
Mariah says she needs assistance.
Twins. The twins of just like their mum, only not quite as big.
I love them.
And there's the baby with his little pop eyes, who's got his mum's figure, but his own eyes.
And it's funny, Anne. What adds to the funniness, why it's called Harry Violet, is because Mariah Mariah named it that because I had a bad hair day. I forget what was going on.
I named it that.
Oh, you named it that.
Yeah, because you had a bad headache because you were doing Russ's hair and you said you were hairy.
Oh, I was
And I was
oh, that's right.
designing this and I said, oh, look, hairy Violet.
I have to be very careful of the things I say to you because then
yeah, they end up as stencil designs. There you go.
Apparently, I inspire in more ways than one.
Just a load of stencils and stamps that I got out. These are Seth Apter ones, in fact. I love those. Just some stamps and stencils. I like the words. Antonis Zanidakis from Stamperia, I think. Yeah, Stamperia.
Okay, Mariah.
So, but it was the stamps I was looking for because I like these ones and I rather like these ones. So I'm sort of looking at the difference between coffee and so forth.
I was saying coffee ones. Where are those?
Yeah, I've got some more here. There's another one for the coffee ones.
Yep. Coffee
with the cup and the steam coming up and the words coffee and espresso and mocha and cappuccino, etc. But I've also got, did I hang it up again? I did. There it is. This little one, which is I think also a Tim Holtz. Yep. And it's these little ones. You get a bag of coffee, you get a whipped cream iced coffee, you get one with a sleeve latte, and you get a cup of joe, just in a mug. So I was thinking about those. I've got various beans all over the place as well, but not here right just now. So I'm thinking more of the distressy stuff. But I do really like this, the words like that. So we'll think about those sometime. But these are the ones I was liking because I'm thinking now colours and things. But this is something I wanted to show you. This is another type of, very old actually, well, fairly old. I found it at my aunt's. It's antique laid paper for inkjet and laser, but it just feels like that paper I was just using, and it's beautiful. It's got this lovely texture to it. It's lovely. And what is it? It's 90 GSM, so it's quite a bit thinner than the watercolor paper. But nice. I thought that might be nice for gel prints and things, but I'm not doing any of those today. Too bad about.
Realign your camera, please.
Oh, sorry.
There you go.
So we've got the Shujigami paper. I've got bits of rice paper, and I've got jelly paper. You can tell by the zigzaggy edge, so we can have a go with that. I've got the black paper, the Astro Brights, and I've got a bit more of that Shujigami. Another sheet of the jelly. Gonna have a go with the Shujigami, I think. And this one you can use later. But I've got the other rice paper here, the living. So I've got two. I'm not doing any gel printing, but what I am going to do is play with my inks. Now I had a play with them already. This was playing with my inks through the new stencil, the egg, brainy egg, and the steampunk one. Never mind about that. So let's get that one out of the way. So we've only got one sheet to worry about. This is a Shujigami. I just wanted to see what happened when you use spray inks on these, because I've got things like Lindy's, distress spray stains, oxide spray.
Okay, Paula. Yes.
And these pearly winks that I rather like. This one, green.
Yeah, we were talking about those the other day.
Somewhere. Grey. A grey intense ink they are.
Hi, Kathy. And I have a box of resume paper. It's made of cotton. It's really nice, and I'm hoarding it. I need to use it. I just
Aqueous
like
blue. This pearly ink says a copper infusion. Got to shake up all the mica, and then, isn't that a lovely colour? It's an enemy blue. It's more like a purple, I think. Rather nice. This probably looks blue to you, but it looks really purple to me. And I was thinking...
Hi, Dana. Oh. You're going to make violet violet.
I'm going to make violet violet. So we're going to have a hairy violet violet.
Well, in your room, you might find some hair too.
Yeah, dog hair. Look at that mess up there. Ugh. Here we go. Lifty, lifty. It's a bit smudgy. There's on rice paper. That one was better. There, the next door one. Let's see what happens when you do this. Lovely.
That's not a saucy remark, Paula. Not yet, Anne. I haven't used it at all. I've just been like holding it close and just stroking it. It's just such nice paper.
What? What's nice paper?
That cotton paper you got from Aunt Gwen's.
Oh yes, yes.
Oh, man, listen to this. This is from Ann Lauber. I love her brain. Wouldn't it be hilarious? And I can do this. Oh my goodness, I could do this with my silhouette. Wouldn't it be hilarious to make stickers of the Hairy Violet family and put on the, well, yeah, I wouldn't put them on my car, but I would love the stickers.
If I get a new car, maybe it'll let me put some on that.
I don't like putting stickers on my car because it's like nobody needs to know how many people are in my family and how many kids I have or don't have. Or,
yeah, but let's not tell them, is it?
Well, she said, and put it on the back of a car like some folks do with people figures, and that's usually. Oh, isn't that cool? Look at that.
Because you don't need a lot because this is such absorbent paper, this rice paper. Look at that. Probably get a second one off it even.
You know what? I want to put you on a mission.
What?
Because you need to do some crafts that are rest and relax and not physically active. You need, I'm assigning you a task. Challenge. Let's call it a challenge. Maybe that'll motivate you. 2, print out your Hairy Violet people and color them for me.
I've just found all my Spectrum Noir pens. I could do them with that, couldn't I?
And send them to me, and I will print and cut like stickers.
What you mean, the actual stencils, or cut them out of card? What do you mean?
Well, if you stencil them, however you want to do, like you did there, and then color them in whatever color you want. I don't care. They could be bizarre colors. They could be, whatever you want. And then send me the picture of them all.
Oh, right.
And I'll put it in Silhouette and do a print and cut stickers.
Lovely.
We'll see if it works.
I'll give me something to do, won't it?
Yes, and it's not physical. You could just sit there and color. Well, you have to stencil a bunch off first.
Yes, true.
And then
take that one away to dry because it's a bit wet. Let's get the big sheet in. I'm putting this shiny shine up.
Anne.
Shiny shed. Look at this. I've got cats everywhere. The one my husband cut on his, well, didn't cut, he built on his 3D printer. The one that I did with mine. His stands up, mine doesn't. But mine's got a little mouse in the middle. So let's put it down. Let's put it up there where the cat is.
I have a sheet of stickers I already made and now I can't find it. Let's see.
Lindy's. This is Midnight Rendezvous. I didn't really want a dark one. What else have I got in Lindy's hanging about? I've got a cattail copper brown. And what else is that? Oh, and I've got a peg leg peat purple. I've got some decayed distressed mica stains. That's what I go with, the distressed mica stains. I like those. I want to try the fresh balsam. I want to try the fresh balsam.
The pearly winks or whatever they are too.
Yep, I'm just doing a fresh balsam first. Which needs a bit of help. Okay, I don't have to move very much. Try to dislodge it off the bottom.
All right.
There we go. Now this is fresh balsam, so it's a faintly greenish sort of colour. Let's see what happens. What I need is some sort of pointy thing.
Eddie says, my town has a lot of arty folks who would love seeing hairy violets all over the place. I'll be there as fast as I can, Eddie. Yuck, yuck, yuck.
There you go.
You guys are great. You've got good suggestions and ideas. And now, could you find the sticker you made? Tell me where.
Oh, did that work? Oh, look at that. That worked quite well. Look at that. Depending on how well you press it down. Now, it wouldn't work so well if you sprayed the spray on and then put that down, because that would be too intense. And it would just flood, I think, because this has picked up some of the detail and this has picked up other detail when I turned it over. But if you've got too much on there, it will just flood out, I think. But that's nice. I like that. Let us do another hairy violet. What to do?
Well, keep your eyes peeled, Dana. She's going to bring the hairy violets out. Then you'll get your question answered.
What did I do with the other? Oh, there they are. The other hairy violets I just showed.
All right. Has anybody seen my stickers?
Nope. I want to do the bubby. The little baby one.
How can an 8x10 sheet of stickers disappear?
And I want to do it in a nice, let's do a sweet orange. This is a copper infusion from Pearly Winks. And it's sweet orange with copper. And it's rather nice, actually, I think, this one. When I did a test on a big sheet of cards somewhere. Where did I put that? Oh, I don't know. It's over there, I think.
Very violent.
Right on the other side of the room. Oh, well, tough. I'll take a photo later. Right, let's do the little hairy violet.
Well, I'll be damned if I can find them. I don't know where they went. That's just frustrating.
I think these are quite thin, these copper infusions, which is why they're not working so well. But I think the distress mica stains, and because of the very absorbent paper, of course.
Yeah.
But I think the distress mica stains will work a bit better because they're a thicker feeling stuff, you know. Or I've got this Pearly Winks copper infusion enemy, but I'll use that one on the other one. What else have I got down here? I've got Winter Frost. Yes, let's do a Winter Frost.
Before you go, can you the bottom of your paper is, well, actually you're not working on the bottom of your paper yet, are you?
No.
It's off camera anyway. You're crooked. You're wonky.
Oh, the thing fell over a bit. I nudged it.
I hope that helps, Liz.
You don't have to use your fluorescent violet golden high flow acrylics with a gel plate. You could paint it on.
Yeah.
Try both sides quickly. Oh, that will work. Look at that. That will work really nice.
Well,
I didn't want it quite so well. It had rather a lot left on it. But I do like the speckledy look of it there.
Very cool. If you were going to push them out and color them for me, you wouldn't have to do all this. All you have to do is print your designs.
Yeah,
those. Yeah.
Yeah, I know. Yeah.
Yeah.
But what I'm thinking with this is you could come back in with a marker, like one of my Spectrum Noir pens, and just you could have that next to you and just do the eyes the way I did them on this. But
Very cool.
just what? Or you could use a paintbrush and do it that way. I mean, so nice. I really like the speckled effect on the plumage there. It's only sort of gone a bit there, but so we had a hairy violet had a bad hair day. Sorry, just can't resist that one. Oh, I'm so pleased with myself. Oh dear.
You're right. You're right.
Do another one of these. So what should we do this one with? We've got a really nice tart cranberry there. Want to try that?
Dana, the hairy violet stencil is not in the shop yet. I think Mariah has it.
I think she was talking about putting it in the shop.
Yeah.
Was that extreme because I'm silly?
Give her time to make any.
Enjoy playing so much. It's just I can't help it.
Yeah. We're just trying to play today where Fran doesn't get too physical and oh, that's nice.
That's lovely. Isn't that lovely?
Yeah. Chunk Mama hairy violet. Yep.
Not down too long because we don't want to. We did spread quite a lot. See, if I was quite quick, I could maybe get a second go. No, maybe not.
No, maybe not.
It does dry quite fast, this distress stain stuff. That was tart cranberry, but look at it on that one. Isn't that lovely? You could really have a good go with that. Now, I'd want to do it on something more like card. Have I got some card? Well, I'll tell you what we haven't thought to do is try it on that watercolor paper. See what happens.
Oh, there you go. It might spread less.
Yeah, I've got plenty of sheets of this left. I can always nip into Colchester and get some more. Great. So let's have a go with the hairy violet again. See what happens. This is the same tart cranberries we just used on the rice paper.
Eddie said tart cranberry would make a great stage name. Da 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 da
Yeah.
da 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 da. I tell you, my maiden name is Bush, and my mom. Oh, look at that!
On the watercolor paper, they've come up beautiful.
Yeah, less
Because
spread.
it's open quite quick, you see. So any excess just makes a deeper color. It doesn't flood out like it did on the roast paper. But isn't that lovely? I'm
Ooh,
loving that.
Paula said
Woohoo!
black and metallics.
Black? Yes, I could do some with black. Black
Right,
paper.
Ed? Oh yeah,
Have a go.
Lisa.
Have a go. Yee, why not? Let's have a go. See what happens. This is going to be what happens if you put blue and red together. You get purple. Okay, that's a good idea.
Okay. Oh,
So
I
this
just
is the
yeah,
winter
Mom
frost.
wanted to call me Peony, and Dad said no. Peony Bush. Get it? Peony Bush. And Dad said no. So he named me after her. Okay, what are you gonna get? Doesn't show up that dark. You need some lighter. You need the sloth.
Yeah, something like that. Yes.
Oh, that's not bad.
It's not horrible because when you tilt it,
Yeah,
you get shine.
shimmer. Yeah.
So it's not nasty. I like that. And it's soaked in quite well. It hasn't smushed on the Astro Bright paper. Wow. That is good to know.
Well, you've got me thinking I could take ATC cards. So if you've got gel prints that like what am I going to do with them now? You could cut them up, turn them into ATC cards. Take little Harry Violet there, Mama Harry Violet or one of the kids. And
Yeah.
and if it's a dark paper, if it's a light colored paper, then spritz it so you get the outline like that to embellish your ATC card. If it's a dark paper, then print it off like that.
I tore the paper just because it's so wet when I was trying to move the paper onto the flat surface. But that printed quite nicely, that one. And that was the third remnant because I'd already done it on the black. And that was the winter frost. Interesting. So let's have a look. Now I've got a piece here. Let me try this big sheet. On here.
I've got some gel prints that need some embellishing. I may use Harry Violet as my signature print.
Right, well, I'm going to do him. I'm going to do the tart cranberry again because I did like how that came out there, but it might not work quite so well on here. Perhaps if I turn it over to try and ease it out a bit. Just notice there's a piece that didn't cut properly. Pull that out. There we go. Let's have a go with that. And one of the twins. Hot, hot. I've also got other colours here of the mica stains. I've got Shiny Bauble. I've got, Cocktail Party. And I've got Fortune Teller, which is one of my favourites. And I've got Decayed and Fresh Balsam, which is one I used before on the cat. What's that one? Oh yes, Burning Ember. Forgot about that one.
Ooh.
moved a bit when I turned it over. That's me. Oof, look at that.
Ooh, not bad at all.
That's lovely. That's lovely. That popped. So what am I going to do on this one? I've done that one. Fresh balsam. Now we've tried it on there with the cat. It flooded a wee bit.
This is one of the twins, one of the chillins. Yep. One of the chillins.
Ooh, that's not too bad. Could probably do another print with that. It's got quite a bit on it. Well, not great second time around, but that's the best one, I think. That and this. Look at that! Isn't that fruity? Ooh, I think tart cranberry is one of my favourites, and I seem to be losing the lids. Now then, could try this one, the Nouveau, which is lavender lining. Come on, mummy, join in. It's a good mum. You may not be enjoying it, but you're going to join in anyway.
Right, Anne's right. I don't know how Mariah would do it. I don't know how she does anything she does. She does so much. But yeah, these would be great as stamps, Fran.
Yeah, wouldn't they?
Yeah.
They got really good detail. It's something that doesn't show up so well with stamps as it stencils as it does with stamps. But I'd already done this some time ago before we even knew that stamp possibility.
Yeah.
But exactly. That egg, that brainy egg, has extra detail that would show up beautifully on a stamp.
Oh, I love the egg.
It would make that little one worked out really well.
Yep.
The little one. I was surprised at how well it cut. So that's really tiny, isn't it?
Yeah. Yes.
It's not the best size for Mariah, I don't think. I think that one is a better size. This one, because it's small enough to be quite dainty. But
what did I do mine in? I think mine.
And that's the one that didn't cut so well for you. So I've got a few lines to broaden a bit, like this little thin thing here, and when I do the reverse, so that might help. We'll see. We'll see how they work out. But I'm really happy with these.
Mine is about 4 by 5.5, and that's not counting the offset. So just the cutout itself is about 4 inches by 5.5 inches, and I love it. It's going to be great on my 8 by 10 plate.
Let me see.
Either as a whole or as in pieces.
That one's 3.5 by 2.5, 2 3/4. The little one is 1 3/4 by 2 1/4, roundabout. The biggest one, which is the one that's standing up best, of course, is 6.5 by 5.
Oh, and you have to keep in mind the ones you do on Tyvek.
Yeah, 3 3/4.
I cut mine out 5. Of graphics.
Yeah.
And I told you last night, I was like, I don't like it. I'm spoiled. I want the Yupo.
Oh, right. Because I thought it was Tyvek you tried.
I did try the Tyvek. Remember, it crumbled into a ball.
It just
it was useless.
The smallest one I've ever seen. Well,
if I had a roll of Tyvek like you have, I probably would do well with it. But the Tyvek I used was a postal service mailer, and it's much thinner weight, and it's just paper. It's just like thin paper. It's not usable as a stencil. The graphics that I use is the hold on, I will tell you the answer to that question. Deb C. Again, I used it because I have it, I'm using it. But when I sit here and play with the ones I get from PM Artist Studio, it's like I need the UPO. The graphics is fine. I just would rather. I think the UPO would hold up better. I think the graphics to me is in layers. So after a while that it gets wet, it wants to peel apart. Or
I've
maybe,
noticed that even the Tyvek is in layers, but it doesn't peel apart. It only does that if you try and hoik it up with a knife and you find that you've got only the surface bit or something.
yeah.
I've not had a problem with it at all.
I got the plastic sheets, the opaque white. I'm going to put a link in there
That was too much.
if I can get to it.
That saturated it madly. Oh, that turned out not so bad. That was awful. Now, the Lindy's didn't work quite so well there. I mean, it did. I used quite a lot because I wanted the copper to show, but of course it doesn't. So let's try the Nouveau. I wanted to try the Nouveau. I can have another go with, well, I can turn over actually. Oh, no, I can't. I've got the eggs on the other side. Oops. Now I've got some other.
Phew.
I'll tell you what, let's try that one in the box. See what happens with that. Just because it's 90 GSM and I want to see what happens. Probably a bit too thin for it. And I've got two sheets.
I'm not finding a good link. So anyway, it's the graphics opaque plastic sheets, 12 by 12 sheets because they fit on my mat. So it's the opaque white. And to play with it's fine, but it's okay, Eddie. Thank you for being here. It was fun.
Bye-bye, Eddie. Thanks for dropping in.
Yep.
Hope you enjoyed it. That was the Nouveau on this linen paper. I'm not too sure. I'm going to try again with Fortune Teller with the same one. See if that makes much difference.
Okay, Liz. Thank you for being here. Yeah, the graphics is, I like the graphics. Don't get me wrong. I like the graphics. I've played with it in other ways, and it's fine. But when it comes to my stencils, and it probably would do great as a stencil overall, except I'm spoiled. I purchased Mariah stencils and their UPO, and I don't worry about, if they don't get cleaned or if they get wet or overly wet, or I just know the UPO is going to hold up longer, and that's what I wanted. But for cutting myself, the graphics is good enough, I guess. GE, but
that's not bad. Well, that was with the Fortune Teller, but this one's a paler color anyway. The Nouveau.
Yeah,
that's not bad. The first go.
The millimeters on that is 0.010, Deb.
I'm quite happy actually. I mean, it's a really thin 90 GSM paper, but I'm really quite happy with that impression there. That's not bad at all. Sorry?
This is the stuff you got from Aunt Gwen?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's the 25% cotton.
Yeah. Was it 25 or? Yeah, 25% cotton. Yeah.
Yeah. So that would absorb the paints a bit. It would hold it. Yeah.
Yeah, so it's working quite well, even though it's 90 GSM. That's rather impressive. So yeah, the cotton's doing its work. Lovely. Let's try tart cranberry then with the mummy. Just because I want to.
Well, let me say this, Ann. I bought a package. There's 25 sheets in the graphics paper that I bought, And I probably have used half a dozen, if that, because they're 12 by 12 sheets. So, and I make the best use of the sheets when I do a cut. So yeah, it's going to be a while before I can get any Yupo. I'm not going to put it at the top of my list. I'll just go over to
And I
Mariah.
would recommend you get the 105 GSM, the heavier weight one.
The Yupo?
Yeah.
Well,
Not Yupo.
I'll either get that.
I
Well,
meant it Tyvek.
yeah, I was going to say, let me put it this way. If I were a vendor like Mariah, I would definitely use the Yupo. It's a better quality.
Yeah.
I'm very pleased.
Yeah, it does seem stronger even than the Tyvek, but I can't get so much of the Yupo at a decent price here. It's possible to get some, but it's not as good a price as my Tyvek.
And I was going to say, because of what you showed me with your Tyvek, I would probably go get Tyvek first in the heavier weight.
Yeah.
I'm just not going to buy a roll like you did, because
No, well that's too extravagant. I only did that because I've been buying the smaller rolls and just running it so fast, you know.
Yeah. I mean, I would definitely have to put it in my will who gets my leftover Tyvek. Because I'm not going to use it. But I do like the idea of getting some and trying it out. So, but if I were a vendor, absolutely go for the Yupo.
Right, I think I'm about done, ladies and gents. What I'm going to do next time is I'm going to do some, because I think this back is going to take a while. I'm going to do some stamping and some colouring of paper, and I will try and do a little bit of playing with the pens as well, but maybe not next time, maybe another time. But my back is playing up now, and I'm going to have to stop.
So we will see you tomorrow. Thank you everyone for being here. Thank you for the thumbs up. We appreciate the thumbs up. We appreciate you enjoyed it. Come back or you watch the replay. There you go. And we will see you tomorrow in PM Artist Studio stream.
Yep.
For some Tuesday thoughts. Good fun. Look at that. You did quite a bit, lady. You did quite a bit.
I did, and I'm feeling it now. I want to sit down.
Hi, Janet. Thank you for being here. Diane, everyone that was lurking or busy, and yay for being crafty, and thank you, and we'll see you next time.
Bye-bye. Are you coming back,
yeah, dear? Back. Yes, dear. Thank you. Bye-bye.
Thank
Bye-bye.
you.
I'll make a heart.
Bye-bye.
I must send everybody love and kindness.
There we go.
And gentleness.